Hello then folks, welcome and welcome back to this Pxy-VERSE. And yes, so this time I'm building the video page 202, and I have another. Let's play some soundtrack first. Alright, I'm in doubt what should I continue, if I should stream that, but I fixed the alpha blended alpha thing, but I'm still having some weird compositing preview, but this is not a big deal because now I can render. We don't have the disappearing alpha from, you see, the hologram, those things, they appear on top of the window, so I fixed that problem, but it's probably not fixed in the cleanest way. Apparently many things were happening. So first is the blended, but then what happens that those passes here, environment and ambient occlusion, they don't get alpha for granted, so you need to add the alpha to them, the alpha mask to them, but not only from EV. If I have two render scenes, like in this case, rendering scenes, yeah, so I need also the alpha from here, because the workbench brings the actual video, right, the image of the video, so that inside the alpha, so this works as a mask for workbench. And then for this one, you see there's nothing in the screen because EV alpha doesn't catch the, or I don't know how to make it catch, if it can catch, but it makes sense that, well, maybe it does not make sense, but the video thing is like a texture, right? It's like an image texture, so maybe it's not supposed to appear on EV, on alpha. Anyways, it does appear on here clearly. This is workbench, so I had to sort of do two mixes here, very annoying. Actually, one I'm still designing. Yeah, so this one is for, it's very confusing also, right now it's disorganized, but it's very simple. I need to get the alpha here from this and from this, the two render engines, so they get multiplied here, so I get this map instead of just this. Wait, yeah, this is going twice, right? It's going here, so this overlay, then it catches the screen, right? So this is super complicated for me, but I was successful here. Then for the ambient occlusion, which is probably what is causing that dark preview here with the camera, right? But of course this is not what will gonna be rendered, it's just the preview of the compositing. I think this is caused by something about the started to happen after I tried to compose the ambient occlusion. So essentially, where's the ambient occlusion? Where is it going? It is here, right? So this map is okay, so I'm getting this thing to, this is the ambient occlusion map, but the original, yeah, so it is not doing well enough, because originally it should get those other videos, and for some reason, yeah, for some reason, no, for a good reason, actually this value here is not helping. So yeah, adding would work, but then this happens to my render. So this is it adds the light, right? So I can't get. So maybe I should try to mimic this setup. So it's a color ramp, okay. Then we have overlay, then we have maximum, then we have first the I already fixed the problem but created another, so a lesser one. So the critical problem was solved, and now I can reuse the good glasses, which are the blended, not deterred, which is really horrible for certain effects. So here we're gonna yeah, multiply and see. I'm not using multiply here. So this is ambient occlusion pass. So apparently it already includes these are videos, these galaxies. So it's getting them, but I'm not getting the panel. So I just need to bring now the panel and try to combine with and this is what I'm failing at, because whenever I so in this case what I was doing was multiplying the alpha. Okay, so I was getting a multiply of 2 alphas again for some reason. The first and the second. This goes to color ramp. This goes to with the alpha. Its alpha goes here, and no, nothing. So it's still. Got some interesting effects there, but it's not what I want. Okay, let's save here before I break something. Yeah, so this multiplies the alpha, but this destroys them, right? So let's try. That doesn't work. Mix will be either one or the other. Oh, by the way, this alpha here, when you multiply with the other, it gets right. So apparently here I am sacrificing something, except that maybe we are destroying some galaxies there. Let's see my render. Yeah, looks like some galaxies in the background, or no, this is not the correct render actually. There should be a correct technique for that. I didn't have time to. Okay, now this should be normal that I'm getting this, because okay, let's try to ignore the ambient occlusion. Which means just getting this. Let's see if this solves some problems. I don't need the ambient occlusion, but I have been using it since the start. Okay, so you have the galaxies and we have the good emissions. It's not this vanishing for being on top of the window. So it is not being masked, right? So this is correct. The emission values, yeah, there's a problem with the emission values, possibly caused by well, this is just a mask, right? So here we can play with that, but the idea is to remain what happens if we do this? Just curious. Now I don't see any contour there, so it's just it's not an important detail. You can just see what fits better for the okay, so what this is? This is just the environment mask. And so this is why I need the alphas to get the correct, the vanishing video, right? So yeah, so ambient occlusion, I'm not really, if I avoid it for now, maybe it will be better. I want to see what is causing these emissions to be that powerful. So if I just disable that, okay, maybe we can see from here. Yeah, let's investigate from here. So if I start looking here, you see that okay, we have a switch here. This has a tone map which is very bright and no change here, so we're gonna use the first one and see if this blows up. This is interesting color. Oh, all right. So it was the thing that was blowing up was just the, it's not my emissions or something that I did to those masks. Fortunately, it's an easy thing. It's just some color balance here. All right, so this is very, very good news. So that means I can just, if something here is too strong, as we see it is, probably I'll have to, yeah, it's probably this tone map. So I'll have to you see the difference, right? Look at some emissions there on the asset. Yeah. So while this is a bit too dark, we could augment with the value maybe also we could, let's reset here, what makes this, oh yeah, it's the tone map, of course. So we could, well, we could augment the exposure slightly just to compensate, or change this gamma. Just do some, yeah, anyways the colors are sort of destroyed, right, already, so we can do this for this one. Possibly here we can make some change to this maybe make this brighter. And here let's reset this hue. Let's leave the saturation as it is, and value, augment the value because it's a bit too dark, yeah. So maybe we can bring this, yeah, this is dangerous. It just get very weird bluish tint, right? It's just, this is too really strong, right? I'd like to have this more neutral, but it's very hard. It's gain, not lift. It's an intriguing color palette though, so you can but really need to be careful. This one we don't have tone maps, so it's like this is an interesting, alright, this is nice. We could, if we don't achieve something great, we can probably achieve some change from here. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, this one has this, so now we have some things there, and here we need to control this overexposure from yeah. If I turn this off, I sort of solved the problem, right? But then it is too dark, right? It just makes the emissions, yeah, it's very inconsistent with the emissions. And when they blow off, or when they blow up or something like that, it's very hard to fix them. So this contrast won't fix them, nor this stuff. So this is actually bad for emissions. Yeah, very dangerous. Probably I should. So will explode emissions. Yeah, I'm gonna mute this because, but no, just before, let's see what this one does. What we have here. Oh. Okay, this we have here, this we have here, this we have, yeah. You see, so we want. Okay, so this one is bluish, this one is greenish. I think we can operate with this, okay. Here the emissions are not super destroyed yet. Just, yeah, a little, just a little. You need to be careful about certain things here. Okay, the gain is red. Here also gain is red, and here gain is green. So that's why this one is getting. Well, this is more the bluish. This is gonna make a red one, and this we're getting. Oh, this is why. Okay, this is a sort of warmer one, right? Because here we are almost teal. We could, okay, I'm gonna crash. Let's close Blender and reopen here, folks. So what I'm doing here is just some adjustments of lighting and this in the compositor here for this scene. I'm gonna show what I'm processing for the next scene in a moment, but first I'll have to make those readjustments. Okay, so see, this is too dark, but this is the, yeah, the second one, which I'm still, yeah, let's check this one already. This seems to be working, except this one is super, it's a lot. They're in the pinks here, reddish, purple, okay. I'll maintain this one. here we're gonna go for the oranges. Maybe this is too bright. Okay, maybe we need to maximize this. Yeah, it's blowing up some emissions, but I need to assess this material. Would be a good time. So emissions in my project, they shouldn't be. Yeah, look at this. So let's check this shader. I believe it has emission. No, it doesn't have emission. No, it's not the right one. It's just for. This is. Now, okay, so I don't know what. These are the assets that I need to. My mistake. So these are. These assets are from this scene, but for some reason they have lost the. Props, furniture. Let's see if we have these seats here. No, they are not yet. They were not here yet. Okay, I probably have a backup somewhere. Let's see. These are not in the asset browser, where I know exactly. Okay, this is one of the materials, so it's. This is why you can go on edit mode, because it's so Velvet Fire 001. Alright. This one is. Metal Patch 02. On this one I think it is fine already. Rock Granitite 01. Yeah. Good. So let's go back to the library assets. Don't know what happened to them, but I'm gonna. Okay, this is rock granitoid, right? Oh, there's just one type missing, alright. So it's just one single material. I thought it was two of them were broken, so it's 0. Fire. Okay, why there are two? Okay, I'll pick this one, which is linked. Just want to compare. They are the same, so I want to pick. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We leave this one here for now. let's check the emission of this one. Yeah, it's not here, it's where do I have this material? I think in one of the books. Yeah, here. Wireframes are old, so this is an emission. Okay, this is a very strong emission indeed. Let's see. I think this is reliable. If it's below 2, it should be fine. Between 0 and 2. Yeah, this is still acceptable. Okay, going back to here as testing the lighting of this one. So what we got here? So you see, the emission on other materials are not so terrible, but yeah, maybe we should still not exaggerate with. That seems reasonable, so we can't have lift darkness and we can't uplift nor downlift, so this is a good thing for those renders. It's maybe gamma, the midtones, we can maintain, yeah, because we are in EV, we need perhaps the midtones to be brighter. So we augment this value, and then we can also try to not exaggerate the brightness of gain, otherwise whatever is too bright will explode, right? Especially the emissions. So we want something, so it's, I wasn't doing this, I was doing like a stair here pattern, but actually maybe we should have more like here a mount, a hill or a bell thing. So we got not too much gain, get a little more gamma here, the midtones, and yeah, it's not very nice. Oh yeah, this is the actual presentation. Okay, we're getting it, right? So we're gonna, oh, there is some very radical change here. Yeah, I've just reset those. We can desaturate a little, I think this is nice. Alright, I think now if I compare this to dark, this, okay, these are bluish, these are, what about desaturating a little here? We're gonna do the same strategy. here reset. Here we try to make this brighter, and this one we try to not get it so bright. And yeah, the sound also counts with this variation here. Alright, so here are the special ones. So now we need to fix this one. So reset here. We will bring this up and bring this down. So here what we can do is okay, it's plausible. It's not the best thing, but we are getting this thing in to work. Yeah, I'm gonna change some. It's time to clean up this, right? So I'm gonna just get here some notes. So tone map node, very easy to blow up the emissions. Yeah, dangerous for emissions. Quite uncontrollable, yeah. So this is a good thing. Then we have the blended versus, yeah, shader, yeah, material settings for glasses, transparency, alpha, these deterred horrible glasses. So blended, clean, horrible. Then the problem requires to be mixed up for environment alpha pass to be mixed up for environment and AO passes. So it's very tricky. There Rise video with alpha will be masked. The window glitch. No, not glitch, yeah. Okay, it's not clear this. Requires to improve original mask. No. With alpha won't get included. Alright, so these are the big issues that found recently. That particular one, yeah. Alright. So now I think I have problem also for this glass, because I started to, no, this is blended, this is correct. So where is the other one? Here we got our glass out space. This is blended, okay, so that's fine. Need to check one thing here. Yeah, slab seems to be better, alright. And transparent shadows, not sure I need this for this one. Alright, so cleaning up, yeah, of course. So you get this with all those things. Start here. So I was thinking how to improve this this setup, and turns out that this is the great condition to be doing a group, which I hate groups, but maybe this is a good situation where I think I would start loving groups. So like particular, this takes too much space, which is just some switchers. Now that this thing is sort of fixed, I've not been using gamma in those cases, yeah, for the most part. I'm not gonna use gamma if it's not clear for me what it is about. And also I'm more concerned about these exposures coming before, because EV being too dark, they need to work before. It will be I think now it makes more sense to me if we, yeah, and each one will use one of them. Except that now, okay, let's make I wish there would be a better switching technique, right? But whatever. This is not clear for me, so this is clear. Actually, this... Yeah, actually, not even this, because this is between whichever will be decided here, so... Yeah, so nothing of this is too clear actually, unfortunately, so just live like this, or maybe just in the middle here. With some spacing so we understand what's doing the... Okay, also here we're gonna get so just EV basic compositing, workbench basic compositing, then here we're gonna do this again. Okay, this is a grease pencil on EV, so maybe I don't know where to place it for now, so just ignore. Sorry about so here, let's see. Yeah, grouping. So I don't know how this thing will affect this cage here. So let's see. Control G. And well, it's very bad. But here, where is the group? Okay, we have a node group here. The only thing that might matter for us here are the switches. So if I basically I don't know why this is like this. Very bizarre. I think if I change stuff here, it won't matter. Yes, this doesn't seem to matter. So here we're gonna get node group. We're gonna call this EV basic. To add, I think, those switches, is that it? We have to... How the hell does this work? No, I think no, it's not this. Okay, so apparently I don't know how to use this stuff. So probably cannot bring this to the... Okay, but what I could do then is just take this off, Alt J, then we get this and just remove from group. Okay, there is not... Okay, so I know the Control Alt G, but this will just unmake the group. Alright, then we're gonna try this. Yeah, it's not good because I just don't understand anything. For me, this is a bad design for the kind of stuff I do. So Alt G. Furthermore, now I have added, then this goes crazy. Okay, now I'll just leave these things. I don't like the group setup. This is much better. Yeah, and we can leave this outside here. It will make it clear they are switches, they are not part of the group thing. So here we got diamond here. Probably this we want to be placed. Alright, so this will go down to a very peculiar setup. I'm gonna try to place those things in a better spot here. These are taking a lot of space. this one will be what is this for? Peer review or not? Yeah, this will be a simple compositing setup. Maybe this should not even be here. Yeah, it's all disconnected. I was trying to oversimplify this stuff. Make sure it's for other tests. Grease pencil doesn't matter here, so I just leave it here. I'm not compositing it yet with special effects here. I mean, so this we're gonna Control J with this. So fake procedural texture. Okay, good enough. This here we're just gonna get okay, so we sort of need this to these setups, right? So we're just gonna bring it to yeah, this will make things more organized. So this thing I don't know yet, so I'm gonna move this anywhere. If I do a simple setup, maybe that should be actually on the top, right, for very primitive stuff. Okay, EV, no, workbench EV, right. So this will be the crudest things. But of course the idea is pure setups, yeah, simple setup. Simple cups. Okay, we're gonna get here into why the text color doesn't help. Yeah, so this color is ridiculous, just so that we can really get what it is. So here we got what is this again? So we need to get either one or the other, but actually it's more than that. We want to just have a, so the idea is to get, okay, so pure EV means that right, but we don't need a switch for that. Actually I prefer, okay, I'm gonna do different here. Gonna actually start with mixing stuff, right? And then we switch. So pure EV would be, this is EV, this is workbench, so essentially got EV first, then we got workbench second, hold cell. Drag and then hold Alt to invert. Just learned this today. So here with alpha, if you add here, you don't get good stuff, right? It still looks like so we want the priority to be for some reason for the value we want the EV, which is the leading one, going to the bottom, right? So and from here we can get this, and I don't remember why, but okay, let's revamp this again with, no, doesn't help. Okay, then we can just ignore this and try to get okay, so now I'm multiplying whatever. Yeah, see, multiply is horrible on its own. So okay, just value, we're going straight for this, or we could just go for pure EV, which is like so the second is the mixed and this is pure EV. Pure EV or mixed, yeah, or dual, yeah. Of course, this dual is contaminated by this, then it's not too bad, right? We don't have anything here special in terms of this stuff, so possibly we should just bring them here, right? Shift G, Alt J, let's yeah, we can actually delete this and just bring this side here. It's clear what this is about. I can change the hue, mode saturation, if we can reinforce the value even more. Okay, do this, yeah. Then here we could, yeah, we can make a lot of more adjustments. Okay, and then of course we want to compose this with Yeah, no, let's get this inside this block. That will... yeah, I think this, in the end, it's cleaner. Just as this one. Yeah, actually it is not like this. Yeah, I just want to maintain it in the proper... okay, this seems fine. Same thing here, we're gonna take off these gammas, then we're gonna hold out. Let's bring this, although in the case of workbench we don't suffer too much with exposure, so just gonna ignore. If we need that, that will be an emergency case. Workbench case is much simpler in this question here, those basics. But then here comes to start to get a little more complicated. We want these gray scales. See if there's anything. Okay, those are just different types of grayscales. I could maybe add this to the very end. Although the trick is precisely to apply them individually, right? But there is something that can be relevant placing at the or very close to the end, right? Like, because this works usually together, all together with this one. So let's try to fix those things here. From okay, so at some point we get the dual compositing, alright. In the middle are the passes, stuff that are annoying. So here, these are just options. Then there's the problem of ambient occlusion, right? So here we start to get problems with the masks. All right. Then here I don't know why I have two glares, streaks, and for the stars apparently, and this is bloom. Okay, this is bloom, the other is, of course, this is the reason. So okay, so this is a little combo, so so this is sort of indispensable. It brings whatever happens, we'll get these stars, right? So with glare. So this is very obvious. So basically, whichever thing must come into this. So it's like I need to bring this in some sort of multiple switch thread, like here. So I'm gonna place this in a better organization. So here we have these simplest ones, then we have also these pre-final filters. Of course we want to, yeah, gonna also change this. So actually that means yeah, actually this switch, even before we get to this, we want this to be inside. Yeah, in most cases we'll be using this stuff anyways. Okay, so one is the simplest stuff. We could even go for pure workbench, but this will be completely ridiculous. It will be this one, no, this one, like, yeah, there is a reason to do it actually. It's like what is before or pure workbench. So the problem is that we'd like to have here a secondary road, so it's not, this is not exactly the right position. That would be kind of stupid. Yeah, it will be confusing if that's this way, but then I have to have another switch. It's very weird. I'd like to have a special setup here just for workbench, so I can, before this ends, we might want to be doing this or this, right? So here, for example, we could be doing something very crazy with the colors. Hold on. Somehow this is yeah, so for example, we could have black and white stuff here. Or nearly so. Okay, Blender gonna crash. We just saved before. Hold on 1 second. Right, sorry folks, back. Had to do something quick. Okay, let's open here. Okay, then render this. No, render this. Okay, why it's taking so long? Okay, we got. Okay, so see, we can get workbench stuff, and sometimes it grants good colors for the. We can do a webcomics entirely like this. Much better if those were baked, right? But it's good stuff, right? Workbenches. On its own, it's very solid if we consider certain aesthetics, right? Then what we could do, of course, is to like make a mix. Like this is a bit weird, but imagine that I get value here, and I want to, in this case, I want to bring EV as a secondary input. So this is workbench. Then we just start to bring some very subtle EV content here. Let's see if I want to check what is this. This will be EV, right? So we're gonna just start implementing procedural texture, right? Of course, if we do maximize this, we are doomed, right? But this is value, right? Anything else would be sort of dangerous, like, but we can try. Okay, mix is, we know it's either one or the other, so it's not. It's also, in this case, it could be interesting. So I have mix, we have value is the top right. Multiply will be disruptive because of the darkness of EV. Screen bad for the emission. Some cases it could be nice, but workbench doesn't suffer from darkness usually, so it's not a problem, and so it's not gonna be, it's dangerous. So add, I'm not sure. Add has problem with also light, is excessive brightness sometimes. So value is usually, yeah, here mix or value could be interesting. And you can just hide this, right? So you see, there is in many good potential in the case of dual compositing. Let's continue playing here. I'm interested. Overlay is a bit like a multiply, so it's gonna be dangerous. Never tried this setup here, but exclusion seems to be providing some Okay, let's see. Soft light, no. Linear light, even worse. So hue, I don't really know what this does. Saturation with EV colors, not interesting. Colorize with EV, I don't understand, but clearly. So it's I think it's just value and mix, maybe. Yeah, value here is let's just let's think here. And to see the material of the table. Yeah, no, it's just the angle is just not good here. So just keep value and then decide a certain amount, right? Alright, so this goes for. This will be very important because if I'm getting some crashes, I can easily readdress those. You can make a simple setup very quickly. So it will be, for example, pure EV is just this. Yeah, this is pure EV. This is already with workbench. Of course, we're getting these ones, but we can mute. So if I want to do some pure EV, I can play with this. So if you want to mix it, so this will be pure workbench, I guess. Yeah, this one is the same. So and here workbench with some prioritizing workbench on top of. Let's render that one and see, because there are still the stars to be included. I'm impressed. This is really cool. Like, yeah, we don't have a lot of procedural textures, but maybe we can do something about that. Let's see. Start to have very slight effect here at the expense of some colors, right? Of some other effects, I mean. For some reason, I'm not getting the F11. Alright, so let's move this thing here, right? Yeah, here so it's easier to understand, to read. Then this one we bring it here. So the secondary is favor workbench, whether with EV or not, right? This is dual, the simple dual without anything like here, right? I mean, it's all doing from here and not doing from this, and this. You see, all this is doing all of these three here. Even though they don't, they are far away, they are. But the problem is that this stuff, they occupy the middle. Okay, so let's continue here for this cleanup. So then we have, yeah, I was doing the stars here. We probably here we. Probably need this to be separated, just like this one. This is like environment. And this is alright, so I'm gonna try to bring the stars problem first. We have this alpha with, okay, with this alpha this environment is precisely just for this, so it would be better if I, at the same time for testing, it's bad if it's too far from the original, so that is very bad. Okay, let's try this. So as you see here, the stars are glaring, and we have the screen there, everything. So this thing is working. I'm not sure how, but we got, yeah, those, it's hard to read this stuff. So we have, so I better not touch this, but essentially I've decided for this one to multiply these two alpha passes. Wait. Yeah, so for some reason this alpha of Workbench is pure black and white, so it helps, while this alpha is grayed out, so it's grayscale in a very annoying way. So this is why. So this is Workbench, and this is EV, but they are both alpha passes, so they multiply. And okay, by multiplying I make sure that we get a different mask for stuff that will be considered environment is black, so the background, right? So there is the window, so anything that is these transparent videos here, they will everything else that is in front will become an overlay. So the white is overlaying those stuff, not with by the way, by this name overlay, coincidentally or not. So this color ramp is just to improve, and then there is this black and a white with alpha, and then this thing gets an alpha to the overlay. We not even use this, and so this is an alpha here which makes a difference, and I cannot explain this. I'm just messing around and it worked. So this is how we get the transparent video with blended instead of dittered texture mode to get into, so you know, the here settings blended instead of dittered, which is good for glasses usually. So okay, and then we glare, and then we add, and this add in principle is not causing any trouble, although there is a although I think it should be maximum add. Okay. Okay, after this, then we have this mist pass, or almost there, to cleaning this up. So what is this switch? We're not gonna use this switch, so this is the extra stuff that we'll do after everything, and which maybe should be followed by this stuff, which are very good for EV, by the ways. They also work better together, so we're gonna see what we'll leave this for the end. Now we have mist glare. For some reason I've decided to place this before, but possibly we can make a swap here. This bloom will operate on the stars apparently, or not. Okay, then we have a mist pass. Okay. Now this doesn't seem to be affecting the background, maybe. Well, it should be, because it's added. The glare, we see that it seems to be affecting everything, but it's we want the in this case I'm just using the bloom thing, and I really don't know. Let's try here some variations. These are for special effects, I think. Very interesting, but I don't know how to use this. So mist and glare. Okay, then this, what kind of pass is, okay, this is just a mist pass, so this is easy. I'm gonna bring this into here, and here we can probably place it here. Yes, and then the final boss, Alt J here. Yes, but we are missing ambient occlusion. So I think I'm gonna try to place ambient occlusion at the very end. Maybe there's some advantage to it. It was not doing a perfect job anyways, so I'm having trouble. I left it to the end. Well, I have still these ones, but I've left the ambient occlusion to the end because I still am having some problem with it. So let's add it here, and the idea, yeah, will be to multiply. So the problem is that I have, this is not adding the certain elements of transparency. Yeah, that video, yes, but for example, if I check what I have here for ambient occlusion before it reaches, see, there's no panels there. Not that it needs to be there, but it's suspicious. Currently we get this mass, this ambient occlusion, and if we multiply it with, of course, this, then we get very bad result, right? Because the multiply is very ill. But interestingly, this sort of creates some sort of shading in the emissions shaders, and maybe even in other places. It can be interesting to, but it's weird, but maybe it could be nice. Of course, the problem is that the need probably to rework this simplify this. Yeah, then it creates some glitches on occasions. We want the good expressions of the grayscale on multiple types, so we don't want to be, yeah, we want some sort of good diversity here and expanded tones. This is why I've made Morton and make very subtle changes here, so we could try to get probably here we need to expand this. Never tried. Okay, we get a bit more space to work in this one. the glitch appears. Here seems to be safer. Yeah, I think so. Something about this. Yes, this sounds good. Then the problem is that this multiply is a disaster here. Whatever else, it's dangerous, so I don't know what I could use here. Also, should I put this, hold Alt after dragging? Let's see. It's like substituting the screen. Yeah, it destroys the colors apparently. Okay, probably we don't want this order. It's very hard to see even what it is. Yeah, unless we got something very chaotic, but okay, we're gonna crash, need to reopen, close and reopen Blender. Soft light might be better than multiply in this case, and mix is probably horrible. If you want to destroy the colors, yes, but value, no, in this case value is a disaster. Let's just try the little thing here. No. So it's truly, yeah, soft light. This will be just to have the ambient occlusion happening after, so it's kind of dangerous for plenty of reasons. Yes, so maybe because EV is too dark, right? If I could place it as a... I don't see how to combine it well in here. It's just too... too easy to destroy the composition. Well, if I just do something like this, I still have hope of doing something good, but maybe this soft light is an improvement. One thing that might be doable, I just thought maybe trying to place it in the place of the like try to connect it to what is this overlay? Some sort of, it's the background? No, what is this? No, it's okay, it's the ambient occlusion, of course. Yeah, so like trying to place the ambient occlusion, like cheating, as if it were some sort of ambient occlusion for workbench, like, but Workbench doesn't have ambient occlusion. It's not a pass that we can get, but since we have EV, and EV can have ambient occlusion, so I can propose, like for the fake procedural textures here with value, can try to implement in here the ambient occlusion setup, precisely all this thing here, which will be messy to get there, but let's see. The workbench is here, and right here it gets, this is just a test. If it works, then I'll probably have also to reproduce this system here, because here we already have EV, so the ambient occlusion won't go for EV, which is too dark, but to workbench, so maybe this will be better. My intuition is that this will be better for compositing, because if we get the darkness of EV with ambient occlusion already on EV, this will totally destroy the EV test. It's too dangerous. Dark plus dark rate. It doesn't seem to be good. While if it goes to workbench, it can sort of harmonize better there. So how to place this one? So maybe it's relatively simple. Basically, I just need to place this thing here, and yeah, more space we need. It could be here. Yes, it could be. No, it's better right before, right after. Yeah, after value. Let's try this one. So I'm gonna try to. So what are those things here? Okay, these are the alphas. Okay, no problem. Nothing to do here yet. Then what is this? Yeah, we're just masking. Of course, these are still just the masking setup. It's here that I need to mix. So we're gonna try this. Yeah, so this is the so do we see ambient occlusion working here? Okay, so without ambient occlusion, with ambient occlusion. Yes, it works. I gave some. Okay, this is not bad. Small improvement, right? But plausible. And we don't need to maximize, although. And I already know that we could try a multiply here. But then what we get is an EV that is too dark, right? Let's render this and see what. Just check. Yeah, something is happening that we're not getting glow, so so what is this one? Yeah, this is the proper ambient occlusion. Yeah, then if you have here with the view, you don't have ambient occlusion, which is a shame. So I need to generalize this. The problem is where I put it, since it will destroy the let's leave this here. Let's remake this. Stars background. How's environmental effects? Yeah, this is much cleaner. You can try to get those things, but yeah, I don't like all this stuff going on here. Let's say I go just pure EV. What will happen? This, so I get sounds good to check, because we can do good stuff with EV only, but it's a bit, certain things are a bit frustrating. It will be better with ambient occlusion also, right? Okay, now let's try to add the ambient occlusion setup here. So just getting all this here. No, did something wrong. Alt J, no, nothing wrong, just needed to these are just alpha. We can ignore them though, because if I just have the ambient occlusion, okay, let's try to just let's try first the basics here, which will be connecting this into here. No, it's not like this. Here. Okay, so you see why we would like to have it's not doing much good here. So this was unfinished. I wasn't able to get the proper oh wait, now it seems that this works, alright. No, but I'm missing the galaxy there. So it's never something here it gets, without something in between, but then it will get destroyed. Yeah, it's the correct order here. EV, alpha, and then... And for some reason the same mix here that worked for the other doesn't... The mask is different also for ambient occlusion. Maybe I should ignore this color ramp and this overlay gets the ambient occlusion back, right? Here. Yeah, it's actually the color. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, looks like this kind of thing for ambient occlusion might be somewhat correct, not totally sure, but these are the masks that could get ambient occlusion. What is white? Right, it is not finished. This, right? So would that be ambient occlusion for the, yeah, for the scenery? It is. Yeah, I just don't know if this is good enough idea. Let's try to make a... Let's just make a switch here, and then we'll verify if this is, if there's any value to this. But at least this seems to be correct, more or less, maybe better than this one. Overlay mix, and here we got darken, don't even know why. And mix instead of overlay, right? So Okay, I won't question this, just gonna get a switch here. Alt J, so we want to be testing here the ambient occlusion stuff. We're gonna go directly so with ambient occlusion without hard to tell whatever happens, but we can probably make some adjustments here for this particular workbench setup, right? And yeah, this has more darkness, right? More shading there. Without, with. Okay, it's interesting. It creates some stuff, but it sacrificed the mask here is not good enough. These are all exaggerated, right? You know what happens is that no, never mind. Yeah, we see some shades in the emissions. Some things become darker, other becomes, yeah, is the problem of the mask that I need to still to fix here. This is also not probably the best shot here for this. Doesn't seem to do anything. This one should, no, this one should probably, it start to glitch. Okay, let's save and yeah, sorry folks, this, if anyone is watching, this is probably very boring. I'm about to complete also, so I need this. I'm doing this because I'm about to have, I have a scene that is not a scene, I'm about to publish the next video page of the webcomics. I have the, I need this particular scene here to be ready, and with this asset it is ready almost. It's just the lightings. If I can just improve a little more this, it will be great. So here we got, okay, It seems like things already have some sort of shading, but it's probably from the generic lights. Add would be very destructive, of course, so screen certainly not, so no, it was the soft. Oh, actually this is a different, it's not this one, it's the this like to be more of an overlay thing. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that galaxy is losing light. There you see it's vanishing entirely. Here actually from so I'm afraid what I need to do is, not afraid, I think it's probably it's time to fix this. Yeah, let's make a color ramp for this one. Oh. Here. Want to plug this alpha here and then this alpha here. Yeah, so it's clear, it's easy to understand what I'm doing here. So I'm harmonizing this map, and I hope now I get the, okay, this, however, okay, so this will better merge here, even though this is not alpha, so weird. No, it's not alpha because I need to get this thing, I guess. No, it's, I guess it was the opposite. yeah, this one. So now this alpha map it's better, and now I can just add, I guess. Doesn't work. Multiply, no. Let's exchange here. No, they are not together here. Mix halfway, which is not uncertain if this panel needs to be. They should probably be black. You don't want ambient occlusion on it, so it's more about overlay. Okay, overlay, maybe that's the case. No, it's not working. Then let's invert. No. This yeah, it's because they are this already messed up, right? It was already messed up, so it's why it's so hard to I cannot isolate them with this part, so some here I think some mix will, yeah, whatever this gray means there, we're gonna do something like that. So then we get color ramp and then overlay. Why we are overlaying this? Okay, because of the ambient occlusion pass, I guess, which is not working in this. We're not getting anything now. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we decide to use a mix apparently. yeah, whatever here, this is not helping. We need something that will enable the okay, maybe value is solid enough. And here again we are losing this let's not use this color ramp here. We still don't get good enough for those other elements, so it's a okay. We have found some way around it. So this means that now whenever I get the workbench dual compositing here, then we are getting indeed the ambient occlusion. I wish that was easier, or if I had the cards for this. So right now I don't remember. Free from light, lighter screen. This could be useful at this point because we are looking for exploding a little those emissions. Okay, so this render is suspicious. Let's close some stuff here. Not likely it's gonna respond, so I'm gonna close Blender. but I was able to close Blender in time. So what's happening here? Let's not sure if I'm connected. Okay, my streaming page, sorry folks, lost the chat. It's good to remind myself that these rendering practices are compositing practice. Maybe they are too much for live streaming a lot as I've been doing, so this could be, I should start avoiding this excessive stuff, right? So doing other stuff instead. So here we got this render with this kind of setup, which is not horrible, but we yeah, so not this one. So this was the first attempt, and then we have a last attempt. I was trying. Yeah, this is old setup already with mix. This is either EV or workbench. Yeah, so I just want these. These are very close one to the other, so we're just gonna keep the basic one here. Yeah, the galaxy doesn't glow too much, so this is bad for that ambient occlusion past there, the last one. And so to conclude, let's see if I can do something about these ones in the very end. Let's see if anything interesting happens if we. Okay, so we're gonna go here and look for, well, here we go. So what's happening here? This switch, of course, the switch, this is actually the switch that should be here, and okay, so nothing special, get grayscale here for everything, but then we can from this we can make some other types of grayscale. Like this one maybe is better for what I'm trying to do. Then we can also have constant, which in this case here will be a little too much. And we can also recolorize, but now we're gonna do this with this is actually the same as this would be the same idea, but slightly different, more simplistic, right? This will be a little more composed. So this will be the old school self shading. So here we're gonna get here, and then we're gonna get this switch again, although it's not necessary to be like this, because we are not gonna use this for anything, it's more for visualization. So possibly we just connect this here, and then we can close this, and so here we can get something a bit more crazy. Let's see, no, this is not for this. So here we could do a lot more. I've not been touching those things for a while, so in principle they had a pattern that was good, but then after many changes in the global setups, there's no reason why to maintain exactly what it was. So we can get, if we understand what the patterns here, we can just end up changing here and getting much more interesting results, like I just did. Right? I was getting something that was not really nice, and okay, this is actually a I'm gonna delete this one because we can actually bring this here, like Alt J, like some sort of another path here, right? And so this black and white RGB is just the same of the same. So the gamma though is interesting. So let's just see what we have here, and then we have this again. It's just a repetition. So if I didn't have this change here, also let's check with these ones. Yeah, in this particular case we're not getting those how they say, those color ramps on constant, right? They are not doing a great job. Let's take them off. So the idea would have to have plenty more of those, but for each one is a different switch, so it's like it's tedious, right? But it's a good idea to have a couple of them, right? Until we know enough, well, what could be nice, right? For example, here, I believe if I switch here, we could try something. So in this case, what is happening is that, oh no, this is, yeah, I need to, this gamma was ended up affecting too much, right? So let's go here. So now this is pretty cool because we can create this very decisive color palettes from some combinations here. It's not easy, but there are some interesting mixes. For some reason these colors are not responding well, probably because these RGB curves are. And then why I have another gamma in the very end, if I can place it at the beginning, right? Yeah, it might not be equivalent, right? So I would perhaps place this one could be an exposure instead. And this one a gamma. So alright, so it looks like those very old graphics here, those particular asteroids there, right? Anyways, here we could have more of this. This is an art form of its own in my humble understanding of color. And so yeah, so there is this why these things they stick together, so we can have there are so much things that can be made with something like that, but it's hard to think with if you don't have a clear reference. So I'm still gonna get like, yeah, let's just get this idea clean. So I'm gonna make this separator here. This going here, yeah, it's redundant, but doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna do a Control G for this two and name this CGA graphics, and gonna change this to $60. Yeah, we could just place this here and then just move this to the top here. Is there other stuff we can do here? No, that's just it. Alright. So what a cleanup of this stuff. Only this thing here, yeah, this is sort of repeated here, but you see they don't stack because this is either this or either this. So because of this particular big switch. In the end, yeah, and I can try also to get from this, which is usually not very good. The colors, well, it can be good, but it's more unpredictable because we don't have the grayscale to start with, so it gets it's very easy to get some better results with the grayscale usually. As you can see. Yeah, we could just change this a lot, make a lot of changes. In principle, this will be responsible for changing the shapes. Here, I think this, and certainly these color ramps, which could be expanded for better use. I don't know why I haven't done it already. Yeah, so these are suffering some other effects like these curves, so we don't see totally what's going on, I guess. Yeah, great. Gonna again crashing. All right, that is it, folks. I'm going to, so at least I've improved the compositor. It was really a mess before. Like it was still a bit messy here, but now it's really cleaned up in many ways. So I have this new one for very simple simplest composites, and this should be good for the most part. I just wanted to make a render here with something, anything, and where is the character? Okay, maybe she's not here. So maybe I deleted her because of relink process. Okay, let's get a camera here. Let's see. That CGI graphics thing, compositing. Yeah, so anyways, it's interesting, but it's not, it will be for a special condition, right? If we ever do something like that. So something more default would be that, and of course if we keep the basic, very basic, so this is pure EV, no, we want the dual, okay, just this one to start with, and then we can also try yeah, so this is more like the very tune stuff, right? And this will be the more complex setup. Also something wrong here, I guess. Yeah, do not use alpha. This will break the background when you choose alpha. So you can see some very clean differences in setups, right? See the ambient occlusion there. Here we can barely see, but there is ambient occlusion, and here we can also make some shifts. So I think which one I would use for my scene, maybe this one, because there's a mix, so this can be interesting at this point, because both are good, right? EV and Workbench, so by using EV you can mix, we can get something cool, right? So this is kind of pleasing, right? And despite some slightly strong emissions, but this is in some cases welcomed. And so I'm just gonna render this, and that's it. If I'm crashed now, then it's over. for the stream today. Yeah, so that's okay, that's acceptable. So we're ready to move on. Sorry for the very boring live stream. So I'm gonna take note for myself. I want to be doing this, hold on, to be doing less of compositing stuff like that. We have, guess I've had enough. No, I haven't had enough, but I'm about tired about this stuff. Need to move on. And so doing less of that and doing more scenery. So I have another scene which I want to start to work, which relates to this satellite thing, which this whole base is a satellite. Actually, these corridors here, they may or may not be part of the satellite. They are some sort of virtual reality thing, matrix things, training ground, something like that. But I'm gonna show finally the scene that I'm working on, but there's no shots yet. It's just some dialogue, untimed stuff. So you see there's two characters here, and this is how I've planned this this shot. There would be some sci-fi-ish ambience first, and then some, so no music here, but sonority, sound effects and sonority, a single tracks rate of ambient sonority. And so this is I've planned, I've seen all the dialogue, all the actions in my mind, dialogue scenes, right? And so this is gonna happen in the precisely on Dirty Lounge, which is this place, but it will still start on this corridor. So the doors will open and we had Dirty entering and all that, and I need to have some what is that I need to be doing? Yes, yeah, if I can get some better metallic material for this thing, that will be nice, because then I'll improve right before posting. So this will be the highest priority here. And that's it, folks. So thanks for watching. Sorry about the boringness. So we're gonna move on now this week, tomorrow already, I hope good publications, and I'm gonna make some, then my great plan now after that publication will be to start building this Giga satellite station, but not entirely, just some of the design, because this will be very important for the next scenes. And then also I need to be modeling new characters, rigging and all that. So thanks for watching, folks. Take care, happy blending, have a nice week, see you soon, hope you enjoy the content.